morning students. See, today we will see the third fundamental force in nature, that is strong nuclear force. Let us see what is strong nuclear force. Strong. Here this force is strong in between all fundamental forces. Just see what is strong nuclear force. See, it binds proton and neutron in a nucleus. See, proton is having positive charge, neutron it is chargeless. So it binds proton and neutron in a nucleus. Second characteristic of strong nuclear force, that is it is charge independent. Charge independent. It does not depend upon a charge. It may be in between proton and proton. It may be in between neutron and neutron, and it will be in between proton and neutron. It acts between proton, neutron, proton and neutron. Means it does not depends upon a charge. Next, third characteristic. It is responsible for stability of nuclei. As we have seen, it binds the proton and neutron in a nucleus. So, it is responsible for the stability of nuclei. Stability of nuclei. Next here, you know that its range. Its range is 10 raised to minus 15 meter. Means its range it is very short. So, it is known as short range force. And here, these are the some characteristics of strong nuclear force. As you know, it binds the proton and neutron in a nucleus. It is charge independent and it gives the stability to the nuclei, and its range is a very short, that is 10 raised to minus 15 meter. Now let us see an example of it. You already know the structure of atom. See, here we are considering structure of atom. See, you know that at the center the nucleus is present. Inside the nucleus the proton and neutron is present. So proton is having positive charge, neutron it is chargeless. The strong nuclear force, it binds the proton and neutron in a nucleus. So these are the some characteristics of strong nuclear force. Now let us see about fourth force, that is weak nuclear force. The word weak, it stands for what? Here it is weaker. Weak. It is weak nuclear force than strong nuclear force. Let us see here. See, it is responsible for radioactive decay. It is responsible for radioactive decay. Means it will be for heavy nuclei. Next here, it is also known as short range force. Its range is 10 raised to minus 16 meter. Next, if you will see here about the weak nuclear force. If you will compare the weak nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, it is weaker than strong nuclear force. Okay, strong nuclear force. But it is not weaker than gravitational force. Okay, not weaker than. Weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force is not weaker than gravitational force. Gravitational force. So here weak nuclear force, only you have to know it is responsible for radioactive decay. Means here it is for the heavy nuclei. The research is going on weak nuclear force. So listen, we have seen there are four fundamental forces in nature. The first, you know that the gravitational force. Second, it is electromagnetic force. Third, it is strong nuclear force. And fourth one, it is weak nuclear force. We have seen the characteristics of all these forces. Now let us see which are the long range force and which are the short range force. See, we have seen weak nuclear force. What is its range? 10 raised to minus 16 meter. For strong nuclear force, the range is what? 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So these both are short range force. So let us see about short range force and weak range, that is what long range force. So first we will see short range force. Short range. And next it is what? Long range force. Long range force. See, short range force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. These are the short range force. Because you know that for strong nuclear force we have seen its range 10 raised to minus 15 meter. For weak nuclear force its range is 10 raised to minus 16 meter. So these are the short range force. Now long range force, that is a gravitational force. Okay, you know the examples of gravitational force. See, gravitational force. Here we have seen the motion of moon around the earth, the motion of planet around the sun. So here the distance is too much. So the long range force, in that the gravitational force it will be come. Second it is what? Electromagnetic force. This is also a long range force. Electromagnetic force. And you know that the electromagnetic force, it acts between the charged particles. So we have seen what are the short range force and what are the long range force. Now let us see, you have to know the weakest force in between these four fundamental forces. The gravitational force is the weakest force. And strongest force is which one? The strong nuclear force. It is strongest force. So here the strong nuclear force is stronger than electromagnetic force, and electromagnetic force is stronger than weak nuclear force, and this weak nuclear force is stronger than gravitational force. Okay, so here you can see here the stronger force is which one? Strong nuclear force. And the weaker force in that four fundamental forces is gravitational force. So here in fundamental forces of nature, you have to know about short range, long range, and you have to know which force it is stronger and which force it is weaker. So next time we will see the last point of this lesson, that is nature of physical law. Thank you.